State in front. One more free throw coming to Rakeem Dickerson. And it's on the way, knocks it down. And another timeout by Central Missouri. 10-point game, Northwest in front of Central Missouri, 83-73 with 28.8 seconds left. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Rapid Refill in downtown Maryville, supplying ink and toner for Brother, Canon, HP, and many other printers. Rapid Refill also provides printing services, repairs, and sales for businesses and consumers. More at 562-4657.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Northwest Audio Visual, providing residential and commercial customers with sales, service, and installation of TVs and home theaters, as well as paging and security systems. More information is available at nwav.com.
10-point game, Northwest up 83-73, their largest lead. Spend 12 late in this ball game. Woods with the inbound, gets it to Connor Crooker. He'll dribble right side with 26 seconds left. Now gives it to Woods as Central Missouri backs off on defense. They'll allow Northwest to dribble out the clock as the Bearcat fans come to their feet in anticipation of an MIAA title. Woods on the left side gives it to Crooker, holds the ball high over his head right in front of the scorer's table, lobs it over to Pitts with 10 seconds left. Head coach Doug Carlskin of Central Missouri walks down in front of the scorer's table, shakes hands with Pink McCollum as there's 3 seconds left. Down to 2, down to 1, and that's it. The Northwest Missouri State Bearcat men's basketball team, the 2015 MIAA regular season champions with an 83-73 win over Central Missouri.
And most of the Central Missouri team went ahead and went to the locker room. They're not even going to shake hands. About half of them are out there to shake hands with the Cats, but that's all right. It's time to party for Northwest Missouri State.
And time to cut down some nets.
Absolutely.
Bearcats will go into the MIAA postseason tournament as the #1 seed. They'll be playing that first game on Thursday afternoon.
Boy, what a great finish for Northwest. We saw Central in both halves come out shooting the basketball absolutely on fire. Northwest weathered the storm both times, waited till Central cooled off at the end of both halves and took advantage of it today.
And here comes the student body out onto the floor to celebrate with the Northwest Missouri State men's basketball team. A great crowd on hand for this game this afternoon, seeing the Bearcats win the MIAA regular season title, 83-73, the final score. Northwest Missouri State with the win over Central Missouri.
And you know, I want to say, administration for Northwest, this is exactly how a court storming should go. You know, it's been in the news a lot this week with the KU-K-State game last week. Administrators and campus police kind of were over there, you know, not really holding anybody back, but just told the students, chill for just a second, let's wait. They got all the Central Missouri players and coaching staff off the floor to their locker room the second they were gone. Now the students could come out and celebrate with the team. That was absolutely perfect.
And seeing a few of the former Bearcats out celebrating. One right now, you can see Dylan Starzl out there celebrating with his former teammates after a great career for Dylan on his own. And again, Northwest Missouri State as the team here this season claimed the MIAA title as they improved their season to 22-5, 15-4 in the MIAA. Central Missouri falls to 23-5 and 14-5 in MIAA play. Boy, what a way to end the regular season, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, last year was kind of a bummer, even though the Cats got a share of the MIAA championship, you know, and they've had a share, at least a share, 3 out of the last 4 years. If you think about it, that's a lot of time at the top for Northwest Missouri State, but great thing about this time around, there's no sharing. They get to celebrate on their own. What a great effort by the Bearcats with still more to come.
Right now we have at midcourt MIAA Commissioner Dr. Bob Boricker with the MIAA trophy, getting ready to present it to the Northwest Missouri State men's basketball team.
MIAA champion, Northwest Missouri State Bearcats.
That trophy is now being presented to the Bearcats. And Grant Kozad holding the trophy in his right hand high over his head. And that's up in the air with the 6'8" frame. Now the other members of the team getting a chance to hold on to that trophy as well. High Order just really one step on the way to the rest of this season for Northwest. When you look at goals, teams have set out and they want an MIAA championship. Then you got the conference tournament coming up, and then hopefully a chance to go further into the NCAA tournament.
Well, it's something where I think in terms of the conference tournament, you can kind of play a little bit more relaxed. You know, last year you go into that tournament after a shared title and you really want something that's your own. Now they've got something that's their own, a long-term season championship, which to a lot of people, including myself, I look upon that as a bigger value than a tournament championship. Granted, you'll take that tournament championship, but when you look over the course of a 19-game season, the ability to maintain good play through the majority of that season and come away with a title on your own, it just holds a lot higher prestige than a tournament championship does.
Well, it's easy to tell how difficult that is. It's been since the 1986-87 season under then head coach Lionel Sin for Northwest to have a regular season outright championship.
Yeah, and even looking at it just not from a Northwest aspect, but the fact that it doesn't happen very often in the conference itself for any team also shows you just how difficult it can be.
And the Bearcats win the MIAA regular season title with an 83-73 win over Central Missouri. We need to take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this 1-minute timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network.
Support for today's broadcast comes from Oak Point in Maryville, an assisted living community that offers residents help with medications, meals, personal care, and more. More at 660-562-2799 or at Oak Point